Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this channel, we'll do reviews of TV shows as well as soaps. And if you don't want to miss anything, please do consider subscribing so you don't miss any of these updates. In this video, we're going to be looking at season 2 of The Real Housewives of Durban. First of all, let's look at the recap of season 1. In season 1, we are introduced to the 6 ladies, which were Komoto, Latonko, Sorisha, and Ayanda, as well as Mabusi. The season 1 kickstart with Nongu, who is trying to introduce herself to Ayanda and tries by all means to tell her that she was the baby mama of her late husband. Ayanda Ncwane is the widow to Sfiso Ncwane, who is the late gospel star, and he happened to have a child with Nongu. And Ayanda with Nongu were trying to mend their relationship so that the siblings do grow together. But we see on the end of the season, in the reunion, the two didn't end well. Nongu's family demanded that Ayanda pay damages for her late husband's daughter, but Ayanda wasn't happy about that. Hence, Ayanda ended up not joining season 2. We further see Nongu having an argument in the reunion with Mabusi. Mabusi claimed that they were friends with Nongu, but Nongu is resisting on that. She says that they weren't friends and she had no idea who Mabusi was. But from the season, Nongu is the one who introduced Mabusi to the other ladies. But anyway, we further see Sorisha, who invited the ladies to the Diwali dinner. That's where the ice was broken, where Ayanda and Nongu got to meet. Ayanda says she never knew Nongu, but she heard of her. Komoto ended up quitting the series, or rather the show, before the end of it. Hence, she wasn't in the reunion. Allegations say that she quit the show because of Black Twitter. She couldn't stand people dragging her online. We further saw Anne. Anne says she is a dancer. She met her husband while she was a dancer in one of the clubs and ended up meeting her husband, Guru, and further on got married. She mentioned that the club she was a dancer to wasn't her husband's club, but later on found out that her husband also owned some clubs. They further went on to get married after the show, because their wedding happened after the show, in which she didn't invite any of the ladies. We further see Nongu, who had also a wine launch, in which her organizers did not prepare well for the show, hence the show ended up a disaster. We further were introduced to Latonko, who is Nonkanyiso Tonko. She joined the ladies season 1 episode 4, where she was asked who she was and all she said was Google me, and the ladies Googled her, but they were not impressed from what they found out. Let's go on to season 2 of The Real Housewives of Durban. The season 2 we are introduced to some of the new ladies who are Londi, Jojo, and Tobekile, as well as Anne, Nongu, Sorisha, and Nonkanyiso. The first lady to be introduced was Nongu, and her quote was, "I am a free spirit. I live by my own rules and not constrained by society." And the second lady is Anne. "I built my own stage, and best believe I put myself on it." Sorisha, who is fun and fabulously nice. Then we have Londi, who says she had a curvy road up, but we should wait until she gets to her crown, or rather throne. Then we have Nge, who is Latonko, who says life has thrown her into the fire, so she chose to be the fire. Then we have Jojo, who is also the new lady or the new wife into the show. What you see is what you get. She ain't an average Joe. She believes people have misconception about people with tattoos. We also have Tobekile, They say her marriage defines her. That's not true. She plays lead in her life story. She is best known as a radio presenter as well as from the famous show Uthando Nestembo, where she plays besides her polygamous husbands and her sister wives. Viewers are interested to learn more about her apart from her family as an individual, and we are looking forward to learn more about Thobekile. The episode kickstarts with Nonku, who says that nothing can defeat her, hence she is back. The strong character in her motivates to be the woman she is. While she is meeting with Londi to discuss her event, which she calls Spring Has Sprung. She is skeptical this time since her previous event failed, which was the wine launch. So she is being involved this time not to repeat the same mistake. We hope that this time around she doesn't fail, or rather she does impress the ladies. Remember Lassie had an event about women empowering from season 1. So most participants were Zulu ladies, and she decided not to invite some of the wives due to her saying translation and language barriers were a problem. And Komoto and Sorisha were not happy because they were not invited to this show. Even if they didn't understand the Zulu, they were obliged to be invited. However, this did not throw Lassie out of the game. So the two, Sorisha and Lakonko, are meeting to brush out things and start on a clean slate. Further seeing Nonku and Tembo, she gives her update on marriage life. Nonku narrates her event to Anne, which is Spring Has Sprung. Anne feels like it's a front not to discuss previous issues and to be addressed. She expresses how she feels about Ayanda being attacked from the previous season, and Nonku shuts her down right and then, saying it's none of her business. Whatever happened there, it's none of her business. Then Anne does keep quiet, however she is not impressed. Nonku denies being close to Lassie. She claims she is confusing, and Anne feels like Lassie has to tell the truth. Anne feels like Lakonko is hiding something from them regarding the ring. You remember from the reunion when Joe asked Lassie where her ring was. Lassie couldn't answer. She went on around and couldn't give a straight answer. This is because she said she did not want to bring headlines to her controversial life. Then we further on see Lassie share her story on weight loss journey and receives new clothing, and she receives a call from Anne. She expresses she doesn't care what Anne has got to discuss with her. Lassie isn't interested in this point of view. Anne wants to iron out things with Lakonko before they kickstart off season 2. Well guys, you remember from season 1, Lakonko did give some ladies some packages as gifts. Alleged that Anne left her package or gift on purpose. That did not sit well with Lassie, and she confronted with Anne. When they did that, they had a serious heated argument which left the ladies having problems with each other. Hence, Anne wants to iron out things and start out on a clean slate. We further see a scene where the newcomer Londi, who is a musician and an Instagrammer. She is a mom, businesswoman with a clothing line. Her husband, who she says is a provider. She outlines she was once insecure about her body, till varsity when people told her she is hot. Then she found herself. That were the crossroads. She hates fake people. She seems to be close to her mother, which is a good thing. Anne meets Lakonko and the ladies are intense. They just couldn't click from the previous season. The two admit they never wronged each other, but they just want to start a new chapter without any quarrels. Well, Lakonto further asks Anne that since she is married to a Zulu family, has she been to the village? Had she tried to cow stomach? Had she tried traditional beer and all this stuff? Anne is not impressed by Lakonto, and she outlines that she shouldn't give her any advice regarding marriage because herself she is not married. Londi and Anne saying they've been friends. Anne invites Londi to Spring Has Sprung event, which is hosted by Nonko. Jojo is a wife, she has a son, is at home, and she is an artist. She says that she hates overly judgmental people due to her tattoos, hence the reason she should join the show, rather remove all those perceptions about people with tattoos. She seemed very nervous to meet the other ladies, but we hope Jojo meets the other ladies and they do click together. Nonetheless, the decor was gorgeous. Jojo meets the ladies. She feels Lassie is the best hugger in the world. Nongo's mom was there also, who is the queen. We got introduced to Nongo's mom from the previous season, where she also went on to the reunion where they had a conversation with Ayanda, which did not end well, according to the viewers. Or again, the same barman from the A to B wine launch is there at the Spring Has Sprung event. We hope this time he doesn't disappoint. Nongo arrives in pink. Then Jojo complains that the weather isn't allowing. It was too hot. Londi complains that the setting was uncomfortable as she sat close to the floor on the cushion, to an extent that she has to remove her kitten heels. Lassie sparked the conversation from the previous season reunion of Ayanda paying damages to Nongo. The queen seems not to take back her words. Even Nongo feels Ayanda overreacted. We further see Lassie visiting Sorisha. She says she wants a heart-to-heart conversation with her. She breaks down to Sorisha. She expresses to Sorisha that she found love and never wanted it to be so public. We hope that Lassie heals from her past, right? Then guys, that's it for the first episode. Really, it was all about introducing the new ladies, laying out the ground on what is going to happen during this season. So we are hoping to see more in the coming episodes and also get to be introduced to Tobile, who is not yet here in the first episode. So next week, what's coming up on next week, guys, is conversations are heating up at the bar as there is an event where all wives are asked or required to bring their husbands. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Do leave your comments down below, like and share this video.